Hello and welcome to Media Mayhem, your one-stop shop for all the latest releases in movies, TV, games, and music. I'm your host, Chris Probola, and let's get started. Out of the blue, a new Hunger Games. This one takes place before the 4 original films and brings in new characters and ideas.
I really like the new Hunger Games movie. I would say that it was a little too long. The first 2 hours of the movie was amazing, and I love to see all these new faces. And overall, I would give it 8, 9 out of 10.
The Garfield movie had a trailer this month. It looks really well made, but why Chris Pratt? It's honestly a shame because the movie looks really cartoony and lively, but the cast drags it down by a lot. Will this movie be good? I have absolutely no idea, but I'm hoping that the bad casting doesn't ruin all the potential here. There are 3 things guaranteed in life: death, taxes, and a good burger sequel releasing 26 years after the original. The original movie is by no means a masterpiece, but there's a reason it's so iconic. Thankfully, it features the cast members from the original, except this one has 100% less Dan Schneider. This month in music, the Beatles released a song. It is 2023, John and George are both dead, and they still released a song featuring all 4 Beatles. How did the Beatles drop a song before GTA 6?
It's neat to see it surface when you hear Lennon's voice from 40, 50 years ago. Just that nostalgic voice, his lyrics, and there's always meaning behind their songs. And definitely, I think it's a tribute to him from Paul.
Now it's time for the personal recommendation of the month. This month's recommendation, Man on the Moon from 1999. This movie takes a look at the legendary Andy Kaufman in a brand new light. This movie stars Jim Carrey, and he absolutely dissolves into the role of Andy Kaufman, nailing everything perfectly. This movie has a runtime of 1 hour and 58 minutes, is rated R, and is available on Amazon Prime Video, YouTube Movies, Google Play Movies, Apple TV, and Vudu. That's all for this month's edition of Media Mayhem. I've been your host, Chris Probola, and I'll see you next time. Hello everyone, and welcome to Media Mayhem, your one-stop shop for all the latest releases in movies, TVs, games, and music. I'm your host, Chris Probola, and wow, this month has been looking up. It's finally at the end of the year, so let's take a look at the last announcements and releases of the last month of the year. Thank God. The biggest release this month undoubtedly was Wonka. I also didn't see it. To be honest though, despite raving reviews, I got diagnosed with a little thing I like to call Gene Wilder bias, so I may not be the best person to give a review. Regardless, it doesn't look bad at all, so if you seem interested, you should give it a shot. Kung Fu Panda 4. Unnecessary! The Boys Season 4 had a trailer, and as someone who's never seen the show, it looks pretty sweet. I can't say much because I haven't seen the show, but if you've seen The Boys, you know what this is, and you know what you're getting into. In games, Peter Griffin in Fortnite. This is why I struggle to get interviews.
Hey, you know Family Guy? Hey, no, it's for the news thing.
This month had more going on in terms of announcements, the big one obviously being Grand Theft Auto 6. It looks fantastic, and it's about time something came out about this game. This is basically Bonnie and Clyde the video game, and I think that's cool. The general consensus of this game is that it looks pretty great. You know what this month was weirdly dry in? Holiday movies. Your options are limited to what's already been made in terms of festive movies. You have some classics, Elf, Home Alone, and dear God, anything but Chevy Chase. So, you know what? I don't care. My personal recommendation of the month is The Muppets Christmas Carol. It's the best version of the Christmas Carol, eat your heart out, Jim Carrey. The new Wonka from this month stole Gonzo's entire outfit, so I am boycotting that movie and recommending this one. It's a bunch of Muppets goofing around with Michael Caine. I feel like I don't need to explain myself here. The movie has a runtime of 1 hour and 27 minutes, is rated G, and is available on Disney+, Hulu, Apple TV, Vudu, and Amazon Prime Video. That's all for this month's edition of Media Mayhem. I've been your host, Chris Probola, and I wish you all a happy holiday. See you next time. Hello everyone, and welcome to Media Mayhem, your one-stop shop for all the latest releases in movies, TV, games, and music. I'm your host, Chris Probola, and I know my hair looks bad, you don't need to mention it. Probably the biggest news this month, Steamboat Willie is now in the public domain. I love when the sleeper months of the year include possibly the most famous character ever made being free to the public. Disney's copyright on Steamboat Willie has expired, but the mouse's shackles aren't completely free yet. This is only the version of Mickey free to use to the public because Disney still has the rights to the newer version of Mickey. Either way, Steamboat Willie is now free to be used by anyone for their horrible horror movies. A new Netflix movie called Spaceman got a trailer this month. It's a drama starring Adam Sandler. It honestly looks great, but unfortunately, it looks like it'll just be remembered as this decade's drama with Adam Sandler in it. I hope I'm wrong, and I hope it's as good as I hope. I guess only time will tell. Seth MacFarlane has a brand new show exclusive to Peacock, Ted. Based on the 2012 and 2015 films Ted and Ted 2, this movie serves as a prequel with the talking teddy bear and his friend John experiencing school in the 90s. Unfortunately, I can't show too much footage from the show due to its explicit nature, but it looks funny, and if you enjoyed the original films, you should definitely check it out. And now, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the most prestigious award show of them all, the Personal Recommendation of the Month-ies. And the award for the Personal Recommendation of the Month goes to The Babadook.
Hello, I'd like to thank you for this award. I'd like to thank my runtime of 1 hour and 32 minutes. I'd like to thank the streaming services that I'm available on, which include Tubi, the Roku channel, Netflix, Amazon Prime Video, and Hulu. Thank you very much for this award. Thank you.
That's all for this month's edition of Media Mayhem. I've been your host, Chris Perbola. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you next time. Hello everyone, and welcome to Media Mayhem, your one-stop shop for the latest releases in movies, TV, games, and music. I'm your host, Chris Perbola, and it's my birthday month. So as a gift, my usual filming location got turned into this. So, let's go somewhere else. The most interesting news in media this month, the Beatles are getting the biopic treatment, but with 4 movies, one for each Beatle. As much as the idea of watching 4 movies back to back can sound like a slog, I gotta be honest, I am very interested in this. I'm at least watching the Ringo Starr one. If you don't think that would be interesting, stop lying. Deadpool and Wolverine got a trailer, and yeah, it looks good. Can it be enough to save the MCU? No. But hey, a new Deadpool never hurts, so why not? In music, Kanye West. Instead of that for music, Epic Rap Battles of History released Godzilla vs. King Kong. It's my birthday month, I'll talk about what I want. A new Godzilla vs. Kong movie got another trailer this month, so it's fitting timing. I won't go too in depth since it's only a few minutes long, but I'm exceedingly happy to cover ERB. I was gonna cover Karl Marx vs. Henry Ford when that released, along with interviewing a history teacher, but I didn't have time. Hey, maybe I could still do that.
What do you think of the epic battles of Godzilla and King Kong?
What?
And now it's time for the personal recommendation of the month. This month's recommendation is Wayne's World. This is probably the most popular movie I've ever recommended. Most people probably know it, but if you haven't seen it, you should definitely give it a watch. It's a movie I'm especially happy to show on PTTV. It's like people only do things because they get grades. And that's just really sad. It has a runtime of 1 hour and 34 minutes and is available on Google Play Movies, Apple TV, Amazon Prime Video, and Vudu. That's all for this month's edition of Media Mayhem. I've been your host, Chris Perbola. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you next time. Hello everyone, and welcome to Media Mayhem, your one-stop shop for all the latest releases in movies, TV, games, and music. I'm your host, Chris Perbola, and this goes straight to the top. Have you noticed all the strange things that have happened ever since my set got taken over by these things? Everyone's been getting the stomach flu. That's a pretty big issue. The Oscars happened and they were hosted by Jimmy Kimmel. That's a stomach flu in itself. Beetlejuice is coming back. He looks sick. And it all culminates on this show. It all is on this show now. So what does it all mean? I'm petty. Alright, let's get back to business. Beetlejuice had a trailer this month, and wow. Most of the major cast members from the original are back, and Michael Keaton looks slimy as ever in that Beetlejuice suit. This looks awesome. No other way to put it. I can't say if it'll be good or not, obviously, because it's just a trailer right now, but I have high hopes. Here's a movie that I saw a trailer for and got released this month, Late Night with the Devil. This one looks weird, man. It's a movie about a 1970s talk show host who brings our old pal Satan onto the show. Have the responses to this movie been insane? Is it that good? I have no idea, but I could definitely say I need to check it out. As previously stated in my conspiracy theory rant, the Oscars were hosted this month, and I think everyone got pretty much what they wanted. Barbie and Oppenheimer both won plenty of awards, and Godzilla Minus One won an award. In light of that, my personal recommendation of the month this month is actually the original Godzilla from 1954. I will emphasize, though, the original Godzilla. Yeah, it can be kind of cheesy at times. The suit doesn't look too great, and yeah, it's not perfect. But if you haven't seen the original Godzilla from 1954, check it out and you'll actually be surprised. I watched the movie this month and I was surprised how dramatic it was. Themes of nuclear war and people in terror of Godzilla. It's a pretty good watch if you haven't seen it yet. It's available on all the streaming services on screen because I forgot to write it down before I started recording. That's all for this month's edition of Media Mayhem. I've been your host, Chris Barbola. I hope you have a great day and I'll see you next time. Hello everyone and welcome to Media Mayhem, your one-stop shop for all the latest releases in movies, TV, games, and music. I'm your host, Chris Barbola, and I was thinking about doing an April Fool's joke or complaining about my set for the millionth time, but there was so much this month that I just gotta jump right in. Real quick though, an update on last month's episode. I did end up seeing Late Night with the Devil, and I thought it was really good. If you like horror, you should go see it. Okay, back to the new stuff. Once again, Deadpool and Wolverine had an update, but this time with a full trailer rather than just a teaser. We finally got a peek at Hugh Jackman in the movie. This was a very cool, albeit kind of slow trailer. I've only seen the first Deadpool, but considering that I thought it was great, I can't help but be excited for this. The sequel to 2019's Joker, Joker Folie à Deux, finally got its first trailer, and let's get this out of the way. Lady Gaga as Harley Quinn? Cool. Every poker face joke has already been done, I've got nothing. Definitely looks like a good movie, but I just don't know what to think because I haven't seen the first one yet. Smiling Friends Season 2 had a trailer, and personally, I don't think it could have gone any better. The show already became a hit in its first season, but now there's more cameos, seemingly more production value, and Wembley. How could you possibly go wrong? Taylor Swift released Tortured Poets Department. Now here's something really interesting. Kendrick Lamar dissing Drake and J. Cole. First off, Kendrick's initial diss was already a banger, but then out of nowhere, Drake actually managed to have a solid response. J. Cole is sitting in the corner and crying. Hello, breaking news with Chris here. This was actually supposed to air yesterday, but yesterday Kendrick actually ended up responding, so yeah, Drake is cooked. Just absolutely cooked. He's done for, so that's it. Now it's time for the personal recommendation of the month. This month's recommendation is UHF from 1989. Before Weird the Al Yankovic story, we saw this film released in 1998 with our old pal Weird Al Yankovic as the star. This is just a fun movie, no ifs, ands, or buts. If you like 80s comedies, or just comedies in general, it's very hard to go wrong with UHF. I mean, it stars Weird Al, come on. The movie has a runtime of 1 hour and 37 minutes, is rated PG-13, and is available to watch on Tubi, Pluto TV, MGM+, Amazon Prime Video, and pretty much anywhere where you can rent or buy movies. That's all for this month's edition of Media Mayhem. I've been your host, Chris Barbola. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you next time. Hello everyone and welcome to Media Mayhem, your one-stop shop for all the latest releases in movies, TV, games, and... It's pretty early in the month, so there's not a lot for me to cover, and there's one episode left of the show. Well, we gotta fill up one more episode and then I'll be done with Media Mayhem forever. But since there's not much to discuss in new announcements and releases, that leaves us with the personal recommendation of the month. Over the past 6 episodes of the show, I've tried to provide a variety of movies through different genres that I would recommend to everyone. There are plenty of movies that I would have loved to recommend in individual episodes, but we're at the end of the line, so it's a bit too late for them to have a full time slot. So, as one last hurrah to the series, we'll go through a lightning round of recommendations. Clerks is a really cool indie film from 1994. It had an extremely low budget, so much so that they couldn't even film in color. It's really funny though, so I recommend you check it out. The Andy Kaufman special is a really interesting piece of Hollywood history. It pushed a lot of boundaries and was very experimental. But if you want to watch something that's just under an hour long and is completely unpredictable, definitely check this out. Sleepy Hollow is a movie about the Headless Horseman, and you might even get to watch it in an English class, but I recommend you watch it on your own time to form your own opinion on it. Schindler's List is another movie that I actually got to watch in a class, but I definitely recommend you watch it on your own time. It is an absolute masterpiece.
piece. Here's something that might surprise you. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre is not actually that gory. It's more of a psychological thriller. It's still very violent, and I do think that viewer discretion is advised, but if you like horror movies, definitely give this one a watch if you haven't already. But if you're looking for something a little less scary, I definitely recommend any of the Scream movies. These were the movies that got me interested in horror, and I don't think I could have gotten a better introduction. Gran Torino is another film that I would describe as a masterpiece, but if you're not sold on it, let me put it like this. It's like an R-rated version of Up. Don't believe me? Watch it yourself and you'll see what I'm talking about, and you'll get to watch a really good movie too. Both The Muppets and The Muppets Most Wanted are really good returns to form for the series from 2011 and 2014. I'm not even just recommending these as a Muppet fan. If you have never watched a Muppet movie, I would recommend these to you. They're a great start. No matter what I or anyone else says, there really is no right or wrong way to think about art. I'm just thankful that over the past couple of months, I've had a place to talk about media that I'm passionate about. That's all for Media Mayhem. I've been your host, Chris Barbola, and thank you so much for watching.